Welcome back, everybody. It is September 28th, 2022, and it's Redness Day. And today we're going to be talking about Jimmy Catuara, also known as Jimmy the Bomber Catuara, Jimmy the Owl Catuara. Hey, we have Red Wemette with us today. So welcome back. We're going to do a little trivia today. We're going to have some fun. So it's Mob Vlog, guys. And it's good to have you guys all with us today. Welcome back. Mr. Red, how you doing today?
I'm doing great, Adam. I'm healthy and happy, and it's cold here.
Oh, yeah, cold. Give me a break. What's cold? 50 degrees?
50 degrees.
Oh, my. It's just so cold.
Well, we went from 99, 100 degrees down to 50.
Chicago. You don't even put a jacket on until it's 32 degrees out, and you're complaining about 50 degrees. Oh, what? Unbelievable. No, I know your pain, man. As soon as it goes from 115 to 75, I'm like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah.
It's 70 out. Yeah, Vegas, that's what you get. Florida, that's what you get. You know what else you get? You get Ian. You get Hurricane Ian, right?
Right.
Yeah. How's that going for you?
It's bad. It hit at Naples. It was supposed to hit Tampa. It hit at Naples. Flooded out Miami. They got people on on surfboards behind pickup trucks and SUVs surfing in the streets.
Oh my God!
Insanity.
That just sounds like fun, actually. So
it could be.
No fun being in a hurricane.
It missed me, thank God. But this is one of the five. They say it wasn't 93 was Andrew, and they say that this is the one of the five main ones, and they said the next one to it that was the worst was the one we got hit with in 2018. So I'm really glad it didn't come up here.
Yeah, no doubt. Man, well, our friend Scott H down there, I hope he's doing well. Diane,
so do I.
Diane Hansen, hope she's doing all right. They're off to the side that's being more affected, I believe, right, in the state. So.
And they have no Wi-Fi.
Oh,
nobody has Wi-Fi down south. Nobody.
Let's hope that your connection holds up for the next hour while we talk about Jimmy the Bomber Catuara, who everybody knows as Jimmy the Bomber, but you said was also known as Jimmy the Owl. Right?
That's correct. And he was during the taxi cab wars. They were bombing taxi cabs, and he was with Paul the Raider Rica at the time, and he was known for being a lookout. And they said he had an eye like an owl, so he got the nickname Owl. Then later on, it became Jimmy the Bomber.
He had an eye like an owl. See, I always thought that an owl was wise, had a wisdom of an owl.
Yeah, but they can see at night.
You're sure they are known for having that vision, so I get it. But I would have suspected when you told me they called him the Owl, it was because of his knowledge. But no, I could imagine it would also be because he could see.
Well, I didn't think they wanted to name him the Hawk.
Yeah, well, they have great vision too. So
yeah,
Hawkeye. Yeah. So, hello, everybody. Leanne rolling along. Rhonda Moretti. It's good to have you guys in the room. Tony, looking forward to having you on the tour in November. The Mob Tour is up and running. We are pounding right now. I mean, talk about busy with the ghost tours and the mob tour this time of year with October and Halloween. Crazy busy. If I haven't gotten back to some of you guys, email responses, or I'm really sorry. I've just been like busier than a one-armed paper hanger, as Red would say. I'm pretty sure I heard Red say that sometimes.
A one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest.
A one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest. That's right. Is that why the bombings? Is that why there were bombing cabs in the Irishman movie? You know, the movie The Irishman with that.
No, I didn't understand that whole movie. I really didn't.
No, not the Irish. Was it the Irishman with the latest one? Brady, are you talking about the Irishman with the latest Scorsese did on Netflix, or are you talking about Kill the Irishman, the one about Danny Green?
Danny Green was big on the
bomb. They bombed him at the end of the movie. I remember that.
That's how he died.
Right. So if that's, but I don't know if that was the. I don't remember the Irishman the bombing cabs.
I don't either.
But then I didn't like that movie all that much either, Red. I'll be honest with you.
I didn't like it at all.
I thought
it was long, it was boring, and it was inaccurate.
I like the CGI. I like the way that they aged, or not aged, unaged De Niro and Pesci and all. You know, that I thought was great. Yeah. Brady said, yeah. Which one? Which one? Oh my God, De Niro. Okay, thank you. Yeah, okay. So the one. No, I don't remember them bombing cabs. By the way, guys, we are going to have a trivia question this week. We didn't forget last week. We just didn't do one last week because we thought that the previous episode was so. Anyway, this was the trivia question.
Know how we're doing.
This is the
trivia. Patrick, we're doing great. I think I'm speaking for myself.
You've got to remember the trivia needs to be something that you have to watch the show to remember. The previous question, Red, do you remember what it was? Who left that Red didn't notice? Do you remember that, Red?
No, I don't know, Carmen.
Seriously, look at Red. Look at Red. Watch this. But Carmine's left. Carmine's not here anymore. Carmine's over there now. Right, Red?
Over where? I don't know where.
Carmine left? Really? You don't remember that scene?
Taxes on. How you doing, Bill?
Then Red changes the subject. Oh, look at Stax is on. let's change. Carmine, I don't know. That's great. Anyway, you got to watch the shows, guys, if you're going to get the trivia questions, because they're scattered about. So this week's is going to be pretty good.
Julie M says she couldn't stand the Irishman at all.
Oh, see, so people agree with me on this.
Oh, yeah.
I remember when they bombed the cabs in the Irishman. I'm sorry, I have to watch this. Here we go again. Scott H. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Hope you're doing good over there, Scott.
Yeah, Scott, I hope you're hanging in there, man. So let's talk about this Jimmy Catuara. Let's stay on track here. So Jimmy the Bomber Catuara.
I first met Jimmy in 1968 through Kurt Hansen.
Okay.
And at that time, he was with Laporte, and they ran the Southwest side. And he actually started the chop shops. But then Taco went to prison. And he was kind of the boss of Chicago Heights. He also had an office over on 26th Street, which was the Chinatown crew, La Piatra and all that was over there. But he was a very good businessman, very sharp. He lived out in Oak Lawn. I was at his home many times, had dinner there. His son, Carl, and his other son, I forgot his other son's name. I didn't know him that well. But he lived in the next house over. They had like 3 houses in Oak Lawn right there. Mm-hmm. And they're nice people, very nice people. Then later on, they had the Chop Shop Wars. Taco got out of prison, and he said, I'm in charge of Chicago Heights. And there was a power struggle.
The Chop Shop Wars, and we've talked about them before, but they estimated how many cars were they stealing a year in Chicago?
It was a lot.
They're bringing in they said $44 million.
Yes,
during
a year.
The Chop Shop Wars.
It was
Still
very lucrative.
100,000 cars a year or something.
It was very lucrative, and as anybody knew that has anything to do with the outfit, it's the earning. How much you bring in, that brings you to power. That brings you to status. And he was going for status, I'll tell you that much, because he was earning a lot.
Here it is. $44 million a year. The Chop Shop Wars. By the time of his gangland style slaying, when they killed him, Catuara, they said that the Chicago area car thieves were grossing an estimated $44 million and stealing 48,000 cars a year. That's equal to $120,000 in profit every day. That's a lot of freaking money, man. That's crazy.
I have a funny story to tell you, folks. It was Jimmy's birthday or something like that, that the guys got together and they gave him a brand new Cadillac. And he took the Cadillac. He told me this story himself. And he took the Cadillac and his wife was from Kentucky. So they went down to Kentucky and he gets pulled over in Kentucky. Mm-hmm. The VIN numbers don't match on the car. Brand new Cadillac. VIN numbers don't match. His wife, they confiscated the car. He went to jail. And his wife had to go. They had to send somebody down to pick her up and take her home. He was pissed. I mean, he chewed those guys out and said, how could you he spoke in broken English. And he said, how could you guys give me something that's hot? You know, it's no good. You should have gone out and taken the money and bought me a brand new one.
So the amount of cars that they're stealing, you ready for this number? So 48,000 cars a year. That means they're stealing 131 cars a day.
Yeah.
131 cars a day. I've seen that movie Gone in 60 Seconds. 131 cars a day. Are you out of your freaking mind? You know how hard that would, how many guys you'd have to have out there working on, how many cars could you steal in a day? If you were just a car thief going around, all right, I'm going to pop the lock, stick the screwdriver in the ignition, start, and then take off with the car and drive it somewhere. You got to plan the time to drive it there and then to get and go back and steal another car. What could you do? Maybe 10 cars a day? What do they have? 20 guys running around just, that's all they're doing.
No, they had like 50 cars, 50 guys running around. They were grabbing cars, stashing them in garages and chopping them. They were doing all kinds of things back then.
So when Jimmy Catuara came to town, first immigrated, he didn't have any shoes.
Oh, yeah. That was funny. Jimmy, when I was up, I had to go in and I didn't have to. He asked me to check out his doorbell because it didn't ring. And he wanted a chime where it went ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. Well, he only had a ding dong, right? It didn't work. So I went and bought him a chime and I went upstairs and the access to get into his attic where the transformer was and everything was in his closet. And in the closet, there was these wooden box built into his walk-in closet, 100 of them. And every one of them had a pair of shoes. And I said, wow, a lot of shoes. And he said, when I come into this country, I got no shoes. I was barefoot. I swear I'm never going to go barefoot again. I got plenty of shoes. And when you go out to Vegas, he said, well, Las Vegas. He didn't say Vegas. He said Las Vegas. He said, when you go out to Las Vegas, he said, bring me back a nicer pair of shoes. And I did. I brought him back something he didn't have. They were white and patent leather with a silver buckle on them.
Uh-huh.
But he paid for my whole trip and everything.
That's pretty wild. That was the same pair that was sticking out of the trunk, right? You saw on TV when he was killed.
He died in the same shoes I bought him.
Wow. That's
Scott
pretty wild.
H has a question here. He said,
sure.
I wonder what happened to all of his money. Well, I can tell you part of it, Scott H, a great deal of it, went to Scottsdale, Arizona, where he built a beautiful mansion. I mean, a beautiful mansion in Scottsdale, because they were telling him to retire and go to Arizona, retire. And he built the house, never moved into it. He furnished and everything and never moved into it. He wouldn't leave. He refused to retire.
Wow. That's pretty wild. Here, this is a quote from Jimmy Catuara. What the hell? They better be a fair. Anytime you got anything a coming to you, you better get it. Right to the penny. That's so declared the gangster Jimmy the Bomber Catuara in 1964 to an associate concerning an unpaid debt. He didn't know his words were being secretly recorded by an illegal FBI listening device. Was that Romer?
That was Bill Romer. Bill Romer was famous for putting on wiretaps and illegal devices. They couldn't use them in court, but they gave him an idea what was going on.
Right. Wow. See, dynamite bomb when he was 27.
I don't doubt it. He had them around all the time. They didn't call him Jimmy the Bomber for nothing.
Holy cow, man. Jeez. At the time of his arrest, Catuara was said to be working for near South Side crime lord James, King of the Bombers. The King of the Bombers, Jimmy the Bomber, worked for the King of the Bombers. Now this is making sense. Belcastro, who headed Al Capone's bomb squad in the 1920s during the height of the Prohibition era warfare in Chicago. He was subsequently convicted on that bomb charge and sentenced to a 5 to 25-year prison term. He served 8 years in Joliet and was paroled in 42. So he did some time in Joliet.
Yeah.
But
you know something? At that time, he was considered one of the Young Turks. He was coming up. He was one of the Young Turks at that time. Later on, there were other Young Turks that came up. I don't know why they call them Young Turks, but they did.
Look at this. He was only 5'5", 160 pounds.
Well, that was when he died because he gained weight, but usually he was lean.
5'5", though. I mean, he's like...
Oh, yeah. He only came up to my chest. Nice little old man. He'd walk out, you know.
Wow. That's pretty wild. Now, here they say he was sporting a shiny horseshoe bald head. Catuara was also known as the Owl. Didn't look like much, but looks can be deceiving. He was reputed to be a hitman, was a powerful mafia leader in northern Illinois, and was recognized as the top street boss of Frank Laporte, the boss of the Chicago Heights crew at the time.
Yes.
He ran his own crew of tough guys, loan sharking, gambling, extortion, and he made his living as a furniture salesman.
And prostitution.
And prostitution as well?
Yeah. One of his sons, the other son that I didn't mention, had a furniture store. And Carl was at the Secretary of State's office. He was in politics.
Mm-hmm.
That's his other son, Carl Catuara.
Got it.
Carl Catuara and I remained friends even after Jimmy was murdered.
Van Pasterman, did Frank Collada do time in Joliet?
Yes.
As a matter of fact, yes. Statesville?
Was it Statesville?
Terre Haute.
Statesville.
He did Terre Haute and he did
Yes. He had a from what I remember, he had a state charge, and then
Joe,
he had a federal charge that went with it, so they sent him to Terre Haute when he got out.
Thank you, Joe. Yes, he did time in Joliet and Statesville. Appreciate you backing me up on that. I thought my memory was right on that, Joe.
Joe knows. He's his brother.
This is Diane, and I knew Jimmy Catuara. It's Diane Hansen, Johnny Boy, 1547. She must have some access through somebody's account.
She doesn't have a name. Hi, Diane. Hope everything's going well. I'll call you tomorrow.
Hope you're holding up down there in that weather, in that nasty hurricane, Diane. In Bill Romer's book, Michael Graham says that the first listening device they ever did, which was illegal even for the FBI, was in the downtown office of Paul the Waiter Rica.
Right.
Planning some things. Yes, so
he was probably talking to Paul the Waiter when he made that statement.
Possibly.
About money, you know, I want everything to the penny. You know?
Right. So Catuara's crew was in competition with El Taco's crew until Catuara got the upper hand when Taco finally went to prison after his appeals ran out. Right. Catuara's reign in that business lasted several years until Taco's parole in 73. Well, lining up the chop shops for the outfit was now Catuara's primary vocation.
Oh, yeah. Very big. He also had, like I mentioned before, he also had an office on 26th Street.
Okay.
You know, the Chinatown area.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to go down to that office, and he had a social club across the street that he used to hang out in. He'd come down. He had an office on on 26th Street. It was on the south side, and he could look up from the window and look down into the social club, which is on the other side of the street. So if he saw somebody coming, he'd wait and see if there was somebody following him or anything. If there wasn't, he'd come down and cross the street and go and talk to you. I talked to him there several times.
Wow. Yeah, Diane's saying it's just now getting bad here, and she's talking about Lakeland. Scott H is over there in Titusville. Both of you guys stay safe, please.
Yes, please.
Yes. So
hunker down. You can make
down. Hunker down, ride in the storm out. REO Speedwagon. I'll never sing again on the channel, I promise. I'll never do that again. That's
only like the 20th time you said that.
I can't handle it, man. I gotta, I have to. It's just, I'm being me, I'm just being me. So if it means I gotta
Prancy Brainy, that butcher boy.
I'll take it. You know what I mean? Let's give it some more comments here. El Taco killed Catuara and shot El Pilato. Joey Upa. Is that a fact?
No.
Okay, so it was.
Jimmy was killed at Ogden and Hubbard, right by the Grand and Ogden neighborhood. Hubbard Street wasn't that far away.
As a matter of fact, that's the intersection where he was killed.
Right.
That's a picture of it. What it looks currently, anyways, nowadays. So
I was on my way that morning. It was like 7:30 in the morning, and I was on my way to go to the spot. We were all supposed to have a meeting. Jimmy called Joey called the meeting. So maybe Joey lured him in. I don't know. But he was supposed to be there. And I sent somebody for my car, and I was all ready to go out the door, and the phone bell rings. And the guy answers the phone. Now I can say his name. But the guy answers, that was calling me. I answered the phone, and he says, don't come into the neighborhood. Don't say my name on the phone. He said, we got a problem here. And he said, turn on Channel 2 Eyewitness News. And he said, they got a mini cam out there. So I did. I turned on the TV, hung up, turned on the TV, and I could see him with his legs hanging out of the car. He looked bad. And I saw the shoes on him, too.
So what's the deal with the rumor on the street that he was an informant? Is that true?
No. Jimmy would never be an informant. Jimmy was the old Sicilian. I mean, there's no way. He believed in a murder, however you pronounce it correctly. But he really believed in that.
So they wanted him to retire, Catuara. They wanted him
Very much so.
They wanted him to retire.
They wanted to take everything away from him. He was building up an army. He was building up an army of people like Billy Dauber and all those guys that would kill people over the chop shop.
Gotcha.
So they figured, well, we'll get rid of him. We'll get rid of a few of his men, and then we'll just take it over because he won't retire, and he was older. And the Young Turks were coming up. He never recognized the fact that he was a Young Turk at one time, and all of a sudden, the younger people were coming up, and they said, hey, come on, you're not sharing.
Right. Interesting. So Angelo LaPietra, he ran the powerful 26th Street crew on Chicago's South Side. He had a ferocious reputation as one of the most feared and brutal killers in the outfit. LaPietra's
I believe it's pronounced La Pietra.
Sorry, Oh my God.
Butcher boy, here we go.
I said
Prancy Brainy, that butcher boy.
Where La Pietra and La Pietra's newly selected position was a clear message to those involved in the chop shop wars to stop fighting and to tone down the violence. The heat from the investigations into that racket was hurting other mob businesses. The mayhem had to come to an end or at least slow down considerably. Perhaps another reason for Catuara's demotion were rumors that the outfit bosses believed Catuara was holding back some of the chop shop's millions. He'd been a loyal officer.
That's a fact. He said, it's my money. I went out and made it. I share a little bit. I kick a little bit up. But you guys, in the Heights,
Yeah.
I don't owe you no money.
Yeah, he'd been a loyal outfit servant for far too long to just have him whacked out like that. However, the bosses didn't want him dead, but they wanted him out of Chicago. One night,
3 times he was kidnapped.
They snatched him. They locked him in the trunk of a car for 12 hours. They opened the trunk, looked down at him. Now, we just gave you a message, one of them told him. Why don't you go to Arizona and retire? He was bothered. Catuara was bothered with sinus troubles, and he went to Tucson, Arizona, at least once a year to clear out his sinuses in the desert heat. The bosses.
Not only that, he was kidnapped and brought up to Wisconsin, and they kept him for like 2 weeks up in Wisconsin in a cabin up in the woods. And they've tried to reason with him. Say, Jimmy, you gotta lay down. You gotta retire. Even Carl had problems. His wife, she wouldn't tell him where he was at. People that were looking for him, and she got her face slashed.
Who is this?
That was his daughter-in-law.
Oh my gosh!
And it caused a divorce, between Carl and her.
So who is this Vladimir Ivkovich?
He was on him like white on rice. I can't pronounce his name, but he had something to do with the state police. And he was investigating all stolen cars.
Okay.
And rumor has it, I didn't see it happen, but rumor has it that Kurt Hansen placed a bomb underneath his porch in the back, and he heard some noise. His dogs were barking or something. He heard some noise. He went out there, grabbed the bomb, and threw it. It did explode, and there was like maybe 3 seconds left or something like that. Very close call to destroying the guy's house, and that brought heat down. That brought a lot of heat down. It was shortly after that they killed Jimmy.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them, Joe Colada said it. And
you're right, Joe. You're definitely right.
Catuara should have folded. He should have. He should have been like, I'm out. That's it, right? Made his money, had his millions, and could have walked away from this thing. Lived out his life in Arizona. So let's talk about
plenty of money. He had plenty of money.
It's something, though, about greed. There's never enough. There's never enough. It's just like you're making that much money. You don't want to stop making that much money. You want that.
Not only that, it was a way of life to him. He wanted his son to be governor. He wanted it was a way of life for him. Kind of like The Godfather in the movie. I wanted you to be a congressman, a governor, a senator, something like that. That's what he wanted for his son.
Okay. So law enforcement officers assigned to investigate the chop shop racket in the Chicago area who couldn't be bribed were intimidated by the crazed crews led by Catuara and Taco. Most troublesome was an offense against most troublesome was an offensive against the Secretary of State's Northern Illinois Auto Investigations Unit.
That's who the guy was. That's who.
Lieutenant Vladimir Ivkovich became the commander of that 12-man unit. Within 5 years, his life would be a living hell. In 1978, the rear window of Lieutenant Ivkovich's squad car was shot out while parked in front of his house in Chicago. That was only the beginning. 2 months after that, his car was tampered with. A tie rod was loosened on the car's rear axle, which would have caused an accident had he not noticed something was wrong with the car's braking system after he backed it out of the driveway. This is insane. Early one morning, a couple of months, Ivkovich was awakened by his barking poodle. He got up quickly, hurried to his kitchen, flicked the lights on outside, opened his back door, and when he looked around outside, he slid a pipe bomb off the top of the doorsteps. First, he heard the clank of metal. Then he saw the bomb laying on the ground with a smoking fuse. He grabbed his wife and daughter, ran out of the house before summoning the bomb squad and arson squad. The bombs was disarmed, and Ivkovich was informed by a police sergeant that he was lucky the fuse was deactivated when the bomb fell off the steps. Oh, my God.
And that's what caused his murder.
And you think it was
We've had enough of this. Jimmy's got to go.
The explosion could have ignited a gas line running into his kitchen and blown the whole house up as he and his family slept. The alert dog quite possibly saved the lives of the Ivkovich family. After a month after the bombing at his home, he suffered a gallbladder attack caused by excessive nerve tension. Geez, you think?
I wonder why his nerves were bad.
Well, I wonder why his nerves were bad. Come on. He's got his gallbladder went bad. I'm surprised that his head didn't fall off his shoulders too. I mean, he went in for an emergency surgery. It took him 7 weeks to recuperate before he could return to work and chase the outfit's fearsome enforcers and chop shop underworld and a trail of death, destruction, and misery those parasites of society left in their wake. Ivkovich wasn't the only one from Northern Illinois Auto Investigations Unit who was targeted. 3 of his investigators had the back windows of their squad cars shot out while parked in front of their homes, and another's investigator's car was set on fire. Shit. Like, this chop shop was so lucrative, they were doing anything to go stay off our fucking backs.
Well, that's when he put his son in, Carl Catuara, went in his Secretary of State's office. He became the manager of the one on Lexington. And then eventually he became the manager of all of them.
So in 79, subcommittee investigating the chop shop business, quote, "My 6 years as commander of the unit represent the most trying and demanding period of my life," end quote. He told shocked senators who listened in disbelief as to what he had gone through just doing his job as an officer of the law, which is pretty crazy.
That was corrupt senators. They were downstate Illinois.
Were they?
Oh, no, we don't believe you.
Oh, my God. Unbelievable. Quote, "Chicago's become the chop shop capital of the world," he testified. Matter of fact, "We're stealing 131 cars a day on average. Hell yeah, you're going to be the capital of the world." Come on. At the time,
they had 50, 60. A lot of those guys were race car drivers and stuff like that. They knew how to do things, and they were contracted. If you bring the car here, you get X amount of money. So they had like 50, 60 people on the street every day. Every day they were just grabbing one, bring it in, grab another one, bring it in, because they got paid by the amount of each one. So you can put it in order. What kind of car you want? Do you want a Mercedes? Do you want a Cadillac? Do you want this? Do you want that? And
they go out and find it for you.
Oh, yeah. They find it, bring it back, change the VIN numbers, and put it out there and sell it.
Wow.
And they got the titles through the Secretary of State's office.
Oh, my gosh. So the Secretary of State's in on this, too?
Well, that was his son, Carl.
Hey, Art Kelly, how you doing, buddy? It's good to see you, Art. Love you, brother.
Good to see you, buddy.
Thanks, Joe. The mob tour, it really is good. Guys, if you don't believe me that the mob tour is good, you gotta believe Misty, right? I mean, you gotta believe Misty came back on the tour, everybody. Yeah, seriously.
God bless Misty.
Hey, everybody, we just got done with another Vegas mob tour, and Misty came back on and brought family with this time. And everybody's from Chicago originally, Blue Island, all those. What'd you guys think of the tour? It was great.
Amazing. I want to do it again, and I want to go home and watch the movie.
Yeah, I loved it. It was like all the history, all the stories, and all the stuff that's been going on that I have no idea that was happening. It's been really cool.
And if you bring your family out, you look good in front of your family because Adam knows how to put on a good tour. Just saying, over by here. Awesome.
Thank you really again.
Thank you guys again for coming on the tour. Hey, Misty, it's good to see you. Everybody on the channel, I'm sure, is happy to see you again. Thanks a lot, guys. Subscribe.
They were paying $500 a car.
John Cheech is exactly right. I remember all these other guys. They could have been me, but I wasn't in that kind of stuff. But they give them $500 per car to steal it. They bring it to a garage, drop it off, go out and get another one. They keep doing that all night.
Wow. So Vladimir Ivkovich late became the chief of police, the Village of Bridgeview Department. Thanks for throwing that in. I didn't see that in this article. It is mom and sisters. I think so. I think it's sisters there. Scott H. So, yeah, hit the like button, everybody. Hit the like button. Useless
Like and
information
subscribe.
Michael Graham has. Dennis Farina was part of that auto thief team in the Chicago Police Department.
That's a fact.
So corrupt.
Remember I talked about him being a dirty cop?
Oh man. So at 7 a.m., July 28th, 78, 20 days after the attempted bombing of Vladimir Ivkovich's house, 72-year-old Jimmy Catuara now has been a syndicate kingpin, was sitting in his red Cadillac waiting for a friend at the intersection of an industrial area on Chicago's northwest side. Like an hourglass with a few grains of sand left to fall, time was running out on Jimmy the Bomber. The last moments of his life were about to play out, and they wouldn't be pretty. As they say, you reap what you sow. At least two men were watching Catuara from inside a blue van. They decided his time was up. They hopped out of the van, guns in hand. They approached the Cadillac on either side and riddled the old gangster with a volley of bullets. Hit multiple times. He managed to crawl across the front seat and open the passenger door. He collapsed out of his car, falling into a bloody stupor on some overgrown weeds beyond the curb. As Catuara lay bleeding face down on the ground, the gunman in the passenger side shot him one last time in the back. Finally, he lay still. He was hit 5 times, twice in the head, and once each in the face, neck, before the finishing shot to the back. The human body is amazing. You can take 2 bullets to your head, 1 to your face, the chest, and still.
One of the bullets came straight through the windshield in the front. They were walking towards him at the windshield, and one of them just went right to the windshield and hit him. So probably it didn't do that much damage. But then he was trying to scramble to get out of the car and move around, duck down, whatever. And there were 2 guys on him.
Wow.
It was sad that day.
That's just.
I know Joey was whistling him in to, straighten him out, or they were going to have a sit down, and that's how the lure was there. Almost the same as Richard Kane. Marshall Cafano lured Richard Kane in, and then Joey shotgun blasted him. But Joey pulled him in because I was supposed to be there that morning at a meeting, and I was told not to come in the neighborhood.
Crazy. So knew of people who had car junkyard scrapyards, who took cars in, stripped them of their parts and engines and transmissions, and were shipped to South America and Mexico. Yes. That's what I remember hearing as a kid, that they shipped those things out of the country after they stripped
a lot of them. But then a lot of them were just put on used car lots and sold.
Did you know Leo Markopoulos?
No, I did not.
Yeah, it's always a friend, Joe. You're right. In that life, it's not a stranger that betrays you.
It's got to be somebody you trusted. And Jimmy's the one that told me, go see Joey. He's a nice boy. He'll take care of you.
Dude, let me back you up. You just said it's got to be somebody that you trusted. I don't think that's true. I think it's somebody that you let get close to you, because I don't think that they trust anybody. When these guys are brought up, their mothers tell them, you can't even trust me, Frankie. If you're going to go into that life, you can't even trust your own mother, and that's how they're raised. So I don't think you're going to trust anybody. They're just somebody that's going to be close to them, a friend.
Chicago Joe. Red,
was it Joey Lombardo that told you not to come into the neighborhood?
No, it was Dick Hoyt. Dick Hoyt called me on the phone.
Got it.
Joey would never call me on the phone. He wouldn't talk on the phone. And Dick Hoyt was cryptic too. He didn't name any names. He said, don't say my name, but don't come into the neighborhood. Turn on the TV.
Got it. Michael Graham, Adam, that pic you put up of Jimmy's murder location is Hubbard and Elizabeth, which is just half a block east of Hubbard and Ogden. So once again,
I told you it was on Hubbard Street.
1005 spot on. Yeah, no, that's it right there. That's the picture we came across, and that's the headline from the day when he was killed. Ignored warnings by the Young Turks. So, you know what time it is? It's trivia time, Red.
Here we go. Here we go.
Trivia time. It's time to spin the wheel, give away a prize of some sort. By the way, guys, you guys have sent some messages and asked us to make up a coffee cup, something for Redness Day. So we did, and it's in the description link. Next week we'll actually have a cup. If you guys want to, you'll see it. But it's got the picture of Red and I on one side, and on the other side of the cup, it has these words, which are: tune in live this Redness Day. Adam Flowers, Red Wemette, and all prescribers discuss the facts, argue the opinions, and always learn something new. And at the very bottom, it's got the moniker for the program and says Colada Crew 2022. So if you've been with us this year, watch. We just looked the other day. We've done 80. Today makes 87 live episodes Red and I have sat here and done. 87. I said that to Red. I can't believe that we've done that many episodes. It's crazy. Where Len Baldy's copter crashed, the Street Stories, is that the same location that the copter crashed? Is exactly.
It was close. It was close.
Yeah.
Very close. It was in the same neighborhood.
It was very close. And comments, awesome. Cool. Good. Glad you guys enjoy that. Trace likes it. Nice. So you guys get a coffee cup. Click in the description below, and you'll see the link. So here is.
I really do. I want one.
What's that? Yours is coming, Red. We got them coming. We just came up with it last night, and we put them up, and we each ordered one. So we'll have them next week. But if you guys want one,
Art Kelly, you're a little bit ahead of yourself. I'll donate to this raffle. We don't know it's getting raffled yet.
No. Art Kelly's a memorabilia collector. He's got everything from Henry Hill autographed ice picks to Frank Collada autographed airsoft guns. Raffle off a Tony Montana signed airsoft pistol. Dude, we could totally do an auction on a Tony Montana signed airsoft pistol. Put a 1 in the comments if you want us to raffle off a Tony Montana signed airsoft pistol on the channel. And Art, if you're going to donate the gun, we'll donate the proceeds, and we'll donate them to the wounded, the veterans, wounded vets.
Russ Jackson.
So we'll do that.
This was just asked earlier. Russ Jackson asked, who was it that told me to come into the neighborhood? Russ, it was Dick Hoyt. And he was kind of a muscle for Joey and Marshall Cafano, that whole crew. Dick was a big guy.
Okay. So we're getting a lot of 1s I'm seeing. So we'll definitely, yes, done deal. Thank you, Art. We'll definitely do an autographed Tony Montana pistol. That's awesome. And you guys that are pushing 1, you better be willing to get in on this raffle, because if we start this auction and nobody wants to, that's not going to be cool. So here we go. Trivia question for this week. And you had to watch the show last week to get this 100%. And I know a lot of you are going to get this right away. So
you do.
So everybody who watched, our regulars, they're going to get this right away. Now, it only took you 5 seconds when I gave you the question. You sat there and went, and you said it. So they're going to get it. If Fred remembered it, you guys are going to remember it too. All right.
Are you demeaning my memory?
Oh no, I'm not saying your memory's bad. I'm just saying.
Fred got it. Anybody can get it.
I didn't mean to make it sound that way. All right, there we go. Dennis Paulson's already anticipating. Mama Luke, that is not the answer, but I haven't asked the question yet. Here's the question, everybody. Last week we had a guest on with us, and we had a guest on with us last week, and it's
Anthony DiMartini.
Right.
Street Stories.
Red, Anthony, and I all agreed that there's one food we'll never ever eat again. What was that food? And just wait. Let's just wait. Here it comes in the answers. We're gonna get ourselves a winner here, I'm sure.
Lumpkin pie.
Lumpkin pie seafood. Holman Sanders, right there. Got it. He's the first one, it looks like. Let's make sure it doesn't change. Sometimes it changes a little bit. Yeah, Dustin McGill. You guys got it. Yeah, but the first one to come in was Holman Sanders. Holman, call the number on the screen. We got ourselves a winner. We got a winner, chicken dinner. And you get to spin the wheel, Holman. So call on into the show.
The number's not on the screen.
And what's that?
The number's not on the screen.
The number is rolling
It
across
is
the
now.
bottom of the screen. And Holman, if you don't see it, it's in the comments here. There it is in the comments. I just posted it. So, oh man, you know what? I am so sorry. I posted the wrong number.
Okay. Okay, I'll post the right one.
No, I got it.
677-9015.
I somehow combined numbers right there when I just did that. I'm sorry. It's rolling across the bottom of the screen, Homan, and it's also it is also on the bottom of the
70.
Joey Ayupa, we all know that you love ham sandwiches. You don't have to remind us of this. Yes, Babaloogies, Anthony.
Yes.
Babaloogies.
There you go, Anthony. Everybody's a little late on this one. While Adam's talking away.
Okay, here we go. Red, we got Holman Sanders on live. He was in traffic. He had to pull off the road to call in. How you doing today, Holman?
Oh, I'm doing great, man. Another great day of Redness Day. You can't complain.
That's awesome, man. Where are you
Stay
from?
safe. Stay safe while you're driving. Make sure you pull over.
he pulled over. He's off the road.
Absolutely. I'm originally from Chicago, but I moved out of Chicago into the DuPage County area.
Oh, okay. What do you do?
I don't blame you one bit.
I'm a machine operator.
Oh, awesome. Very cool. So you listen to the show when you're working sometimes?
Absolutely. I may have missed maybe a one or two shows, not that many. I've been watching the show and listening even when Mr. Collada was still alive. So
you've been on the channel for quite some time, and I know we're friends on Facebook. I see you post some things sometimes. So it's good to finally talk to you.
Oh man, I'm glad to talk to both of you. I watch you and chime in every week, so this is a good day for me.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome, dude. It's terrific
love
to have
Holman.
you. Yeah, I love you, Holman.
We post things on each other's pages sometimes.
It's awesome. All right, you ready to spin the wheel, Holman?
Sure, absolutely.
All right, here we go. So let's get ready to spin the wheel of a deal, and off to the races we go. And Holman, it looks like you won a photo. It's a picture of Red and I, autographed, shipped off to you. So you won the picture.
Okay, no problem.
Awesome. So I tell you what, Holman, can you do us a favor? Can you send us your email address? Can you text it, or not your email, your physical mailing address? Text it to us at this number.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
Holman, it's the same picture that's on the top of my page on Facebook.
I'm sorry.
Hold on, Red. What were you saying? What were you saying, Holman?
I haven't been to Vegas in years, man. I said the next time I set foot in Vegas, I definitely want to do the mob tour without question.
Oh man, I'd love to have you on the mob tour. It's a blast. It's a lot of fun. And everybody's congratulating you. What a class act Holman is. Don Ciccio Di Porzalo. Trace said congratulations. Leanne rolling along. Congratulations, Holman. Joe Collada. Hey, Holman, what's up? And Street Story.
On, Joe?
Holman, when you book your tour to Vegas, make sure you use the mob log code.
Use the mob log promo code. Yes, of course. Red's doing my advertising today.
Well, Red always do a good job on his end.
He does.
The two of you really make this very enjoyable for us. And even before you two got together, it was enjoyable then. So we all, as the community of subscribers, is enjoying this every step of the way, and I enjoy all the people that's a part of it.
That's awesome, man. And hey, be sure
Holman, you're like family. You're part of the family here.
yeah, be sure to grab a coffee cup too, Holman. They're in the links in the description. Next week we'll actually have a link underneath the video of the cup. But if you want a coffee cup, they're now available too.
Redness Day
cup. All right. So with that said, Holman, have a great day, man. Thank you so much for listening. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being a part of the show, and thanks for being a part of the family.
No problem. My pleasure. I'm gonna get you that information right away.
Right on, man. You have a great day, and be safe driving.
Absolutely.
God bless you, buddy.
God bless, man. Have a good day.
Likewise. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So, dude, I love the people that come on the show. They're all awesome. All right, Slapsy Maxie. It's always rigged. It stops on the photo. The wheel's rigged. The wheel's not rigged.
It's not rigged.
It's
we
not
spin
rigged.
We spin it not on the air just to see where it's going to land. Sometimes it lands here. Sometimes it lands there. It's landed on my book. It's landed on the only thing it hasn't landed on. The only thing it hasn't landed on so far that I know of is the Lake Mead barrel. It hasn't landed on that.
People have hit the Lake Mead barrel ride, which is over here. People have hit the Lake Mead barrel ride. They've hit the gun, the USB stick. They've hit the book. You've mailed out books to people.
Oh, yeah.
They hit the Vegas Mob Tour. Misty, as a matter of fact, won the Mob Tour tickets. They were auctioned off, and Misty won that. The pick spin hit, the book, and the pizza box. I think twice now we've sent out pizza boxes. So, Slapsy, you're out of your mind.
I want to thank all the people that, and the new one today, Julie M., who wrote a review on Amazon on my book. She put the picture of it on Amazon and put the review. And I really thank you. I really do. Thank you, everybody. If you haven't done it, please do it.
Yes. So this is Holman types faster than I do. Congratulations, Holman. Yeah, no, trigger finger fast, Holman, man. Art Kelly put it the right way. Hey, guys, it's been fun. It's been a blast, Red. Thanks for being a part of the show today. Guys, we're going to be over on Red's channel after this talking about, what are we talking about over there, Red? You got a story to tell. That's all I know. You got a story to tell. So we're going to be over there. Everybody, it's been fun. It's been fun, Red.
Yes, sir.
I'll expect you in chapel for prayers before tea.
Before 2. Chapel, prayers. It's been fun, Red. Have a great day. I'll see you in a few minutes.
Thank you. Thank you one and all for coming by.
Thank all of you guys. Thank you all. Have a great day. It's been fun. Mob Vlog.